A great Saturday evening. It is May the 2nd, and it is exactly 9 o'clock
If
on
you're
the
saying something,
dot.
Erasmo, I can't hear you.
It is 9 o'clock on the dot, and it is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, Texas. And of course, with us tonight, as always, and on Frankie's page. Hey, Frankie, how you doing?
How's it going, Erasmo? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, Roman. How's it going? Happy Saturday. It's been a great weekend so far. It's a beautiful day in the city of
I can't hear
Brownsville.
anybody.
Looking forward to tonight's show.
Good. And it has been a busy day. Alma, thank you, Alma. Alma just letting us know in regards to the 11 new cases here in that are confirmed in the city of Brownsville. And again, um, I'm sorry, in Cameron County, 11 confirmed cases in Cameron County. And if you do check out the numbers, you will notice one thing over everything. The numbers at the nursing homes have definitely not stopped. I think there's 6 cases of individuals. Is it 6, Frankie? Of individuals that are in the nursing home? Okay, I can't hear you now. Hey, Carlos, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, guys. How you doing?
I'll look into that number you just gave, Erasmo. Give me 1 second.
Did you get to see the numbers, Carlos, of the 11 that are infected here in Cameron County?
I saw some of them. I saw the preliminary numbers. Have they been confirmed, all of them?
3. There's 6 new cases in Harlingen coming from the nursing home. And I say that they're coming from the nursing home because they range from the age of 82 to 90, and they have a 7-year-old. So again, 7-year-old. So I'm going to guess that the 6 individuals out there are part of the 6 are part of that nursing home. And all we have to do is just check on yesterday's, and it will add up the map if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll let us know which nursing home they came from. And I'm going to say that the 7-year-old is a family member, being that it's linked, a family member of one of the employees out there. So at least in Harlingen, I think one thing is for sure that we're most definitely not out of the woods in Harlingen, and we're going to constantly be seeing an uprise in numbers. In the city of Brownsville, we only had 2 individuals test positive. And again, as in the words of Papi Trump, even 1 is too many.
Yeah.
So we've had 2. Hey, Pedro, how's it going, my man? Good to see you. I mean, it's easy to say that the numbers have not stopped. I mean, they're continuing. And we try to put up that graph, and we put up that post in regards to.
Erasmo, you are correct. There were 5 from Harlingen. It does seem that the 5 are elderly, ranging from the age of 82 all the way to 90.
There's
They
6.
are from 6. I'm sorry, 6. And they are from Harlingen, including the 7-year-old. So you are correct, Erasmo. There is a high possibility that those infected obviously are from a nursing home. We're still trying to gather information in regards to which one in particular.
Well, it's very simple. If you go down to the bottom.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. No, you could look it up. If you look at the bottom of the part of it and you check out the previous night's ones, it'll tell you what number incremented in each of the nursing homes. So if we compare both of them from last night to this night, it'll tell us what nursing home these individuals are actually from. But again, I'm going to bet the last hair on Carlos's head that they
not that many.
That they're most definitely from the nursing homes, from Windsor, Atrium, and from Veranda. One of the other things, I mean, again, guys, it's not going to slow down, and we'll go into the freedom that. We'll go into the freedom that we now have in a little bit, but I will say that one of the other things that Laura Amon shared with us out there is that in Mercedes, there's a new nursing home out in Mercedes. A nurse at the nursing home out there in Mercedes tested positive. I think it's a Mid Valley nursing home out there. So again, we're seeing the same thing that happened in Harlingen manifesting itself in these cities. I know that Weslaco, one of the nursing homes in Weslaco, came out with 2 individuals that were positive, which was concerning. And now this one in Mercedes, which was just this morning, came out positive as well. Now, we have to understand, if we remember very well, the Department of Health here in Cameron County, they determined that the one of the employees from Veranda was the one that took it into the nursing home and then contaminated individuals, probably not, maybe not only there, but also at the other one, or one of his coworkers that went out and infected others out there. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Good evening. So again, guys, the valley in itself is not out of it by any way, shape, or form, and hitting it closer to home. Cameron County is most definitely not out of it. I mean, our numbers are still going to be out there. Hey, Joe, how's it going, man?
Erasmo, I think it was good news in Hidalgo County. There was only 1 case that happened today, or that was announced today. It's the lowest that we've had in a month. But my concern is in these 2 nursing homes here in Harlingen, how exactly are these people interacting still that we still have cases? Those nursing home cases, the original ones with the employee and then the subsequent patient was 5 weeks ago, and we're still seeing cases happening now. It's amazing. Are they still interacting? Have you been able to figure out whether they're interacting, or they moved them out, or what are they doing?
No, I think, but part of the problem is, again, it's a novel virus out there. And again, what a lot of the individuals, and I read this, I'm going to clear my brain. One of the individuals, the individual that actually passed away, had tested negative when they first tested him, and then later on, when they were treating him again for the flu, it came out that all of a sudden he was positive. And I think that was posted by Juan Montoya, and how the individual. So I'm going to say that, and again, this is just speculation. I'm going to say that a lot of the individuals out there, good evening, Christina. A lot of the individuals out there were out there as testing they thought were negative, and then all of a sudden they burst out and came out to be positive. Because one of the things that they have reassured us, which I don't think that we could actually guarantee, but one of the things that they have assured us is that they are quarantining or separating or segregating every member of every resident that was residing at both those nursing homes, and also the individuals that were working there are under quarantine. Now, is that actually what they're doing? Is that actually what they did? I'm not sure. But I'm going to say that a lot of the individuals that maybe at first tested negative in some of their tests are now coming back and testing positive with a better test.
Well, Erasmo, what's happening right now is this: you gotta remember also. It's like you're saying right now. Are they actually telling you the truth? I mean, if you look at the Brownsville Herald, the news today, obviously, are they telling you the truth?
Yeah.
Or are they just don't want to make sure that that the Brownsville Talk is actually in the forefront of being able to tell every individual who listens that the reality is the reality that we're speaking of. Day in, day out, the truth is being said here. These people are going 3 weeks, 4 weeks later and telling them, what, we're sorry, it did happen, but we've done that. We've created these protocols and these policies to be able to minimize the effect. But guess what? People are dying now, 3-4 weeks later, because they wouldn't listen 5 weeks ago when we were saying it to do these things, to make sure they go out and protect their employees. It just happens just today. I get the newspaper. Unfortunately, I'm paying for the Brownsville Herald, but it looks like I'm wasting my money. And we've been talking about this particular BS crap that came out. I don't know if anybody can see it. It is bull. This is bull. I mean,
it is.
He said about the run. He put it out. I mean, obviously, put out the truth behind the actual article. They're trying to. What do they put lipstick on a pig?
Yeah. Well, I call it the Craig Grove effect. It's just part of that little
Craigie.
It's a Craig Grove effect. Oh, everything's great, everything's peachy keen. We're doing such a great job. Everything's wonderful out here. And again, I mean, I don't know what the hell they're drinking, but I want some of that stuff, bro. I don't know what they've been smoking or inhaling out there, but let me tell you, some of the good stuff.
Maybe he's got some.
Too soon.
Móchate,
That's it. Hey, guys, in regards to the nursing homes, correct me if I'm wrong, but ever since this outbreak, Cameron County and I believe Hidalgo County has taken the
flavor.
The steps necessary to prevent any more or try to prevent any more outbreaks in the sense that they're not allowing any more visitations. My question to Erasmo and Carlos and even Roman is, okay, we've had this shelter in place now for a while. The rehabilitation nursing home centers have been on notice. I'm sure that by now, if they're not, they should be checking temperature of their employees. What has been the cause of this number of the patients of these nursing homes to continue receiving these positive results, if we think that administration leaders at the nursing home have taken the preventative steps necessary to prevent more spread?
Well, the problem is, I'll start off. The problem is that no one's telling the truth. No one out there is telling the truth. You have these companies like Southwestern Keys. You have CHS here in Los Fresnos. It's just like, I mean, what, 10 minutes away from all of us here on Alton Glore. And, they were on lockdown. Did anyone ever read it in Craig Grove newspaper? No, nothing. And did you ever hear anything about it on any other little Brownsville living little talk show from people from Rancho Viejo? Or anyone out there, have they even made mention of it? Has anyone even talked about the people coming out positive at AMPELS that they finally admitted to when we've been calling them out for like 4 weeks? Has anyone even ever mentioned the kids at Southwestern Keys and at those other places where they hold them, where they're not offering proper PPE? Has anyone ever mentioned about the employees at Maximus? Or the other ones where there's no PPE, there's no distancing, social distancing, there's nothing. No one is talking about anything except that everything's great. And look at who's giving out hamburgers and food and taking donuts and taking stuff to all the first responders. And that's great. I mean, I love the fact that a community's out there giving food to the first responders. I love it. I'm all for it. But guys, give me a side of the truth with it, please, and let us know what's going on. And again, my issue is part of the problem is they're trying to avoid lawsuits, which is more power to them. But it instills a sense of security for a lot of people in the regards of, it must not be so bad. The paper ain't saying anything. Nobody else is speaking about it, Craig Grove is saying how everything's so creepy, cool, and keen out there. So again, who do you believe, guys?
Not the Brownsville Herald.
The Craig Grove Herald. There you go. Craigie Grove. I don't know. I'm gonna have to believe you, Erasmo, because Craig has me blocked. So I am assuming that he is not saying anything of note. I'm gonna believe you on that because you're the most trustworthy person on this program, I think, right now. I honestly think that these individuals that are saying that everything's going good, I hopefully that they're believing themselves. I really hope that they're not just misleading the public. I really hope that they're not doing that. I know that we've been out in front. I know you, Erasmo, Frankie, Carlos have been out in front and saying this is a huge problem. We need to step up, and maybe we are not able to do it because we have a lot of conservative and unfortunately some Republicans out here in Cameron County that just don't want to believe it. And I believe Craig is a Republican or at least a conservative, so maybe that's why he says what he says.
He's a flip-flopper. It baffles my mind, guys. But again, look at and I'll give you AMPELS as an example. I mean, how many weeks have we been saying that there's an issue at AMPELS? I mean, we've been posting pictures, we've been posting videos, we've gotten comments in from people that are actually working there that are concerned. Yeah, exactamente, doctor. Exactamente, concerned. I mean, guys. We need a dose. We needed a dose of the truth, and I appreciate Dr. Eder Hernandez. He calls it like it sees it, And 2-3 days ago, he put out there, guys, the positives are coming out, and while everybody else was going like, no, man, everything's fine, hombre. The governor, like the stupid superintendent, no, the governor said everything's great, and we'll go into BISD in a little bit, guys. But no, the governor said everything's okay, so. Soft opening. And again, it instills this false sense of security in the minds of different people. and we saw it today. Did anyone see the line going to the South Padre Island today?
Yeah, no.
Did anyone see the videos out there, the cars, the amount of people that were out there going to South Padre Island?
It's crazy.
Erasmo, the reason I was bringing up the whole 5-week thing, and I'm glad Frankie was in agreement. We've seen this over 5 weeks ago with these nursing homes. 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, maybe not 3 weeks ago, we had the Easter pachangas. I mean, did we ever see the spike? Did we have that spike, or did the spike ever not happen? Because I think we're going to start seeing that spike for Easter. Everybody that was congregating on Easter, because I've seen around the corner. I'm seeing families getting together celebrating graduation. The graduation already happened, and so that's just what I've been seeing anyway.
There's the video.
Oh, there's a video.
Yeah, and throughout the day, people have been messaging me. They've been sending me pictures. This is the picture that somebody took, and the line was way past. If you're coming from higher 100, so it's apparent that people have had enough of being locked up, so to speak. It's unfortunate that they're going out, and it's going to get pretty bad. I do anticipate the second wave hitting. I doubt many individuals practice social distancing or wore masks. But then again, who's going to be wearing a mask and try and get a facial suntan while you're at the island? So it's a waiting game, unfortunately, but it doesn't look good for the city of Brownsville.
And where are those people coming from that are going to the beach, to the island? They're from Mission, from McAllen. They're from everywhere. They're not. So it's gonna. Yeah.
It's the same people. Hey, Eduardo, love you, man. It's the same people that were at the island, and I've used the word los tacuaches. The same people that were at the island that always go to the island during the first 2-3 days of spring break. Always los tacuaches del Valle. And I'm guessing that a lot of the numbers that started coming out in Hidalgo in regards to the 20s, the 30-year-olds, even some of the 40-year-olds, eran esos mismos tacuaches that went out there and congregated at South Padre Island and then went back to Hidalgo to spread it out there. I mean, we know for a fact that 2 individuals, elderly individuals who went back to Minnesota or Michigan, I mean, they became positive down here. That is concerning.
That is concerning, and bringing up Dr. Eder Hernandez's comment, he did mention in his post on Facebook earlier today in regards to a contamination. And again, just to share very quickly, Erasmo, I'll show it momentarily. It's he states on his post, which was posted 2 hours ago on Dr. Eder Hernandez's page. Store has been contacted. They are taking their own precautions. If I test you for COVID-19, don't you think you can be positive? You are to go home. Like we tell over and over, again with a megaphone, if I can call you to tell you you're positive and you're not home, you exposed everyone around you. And this is something that Dr. Eder Hernandez had previously mentioned on the show that he's been on, where he's called people who have been tested to let them know, and he asks, hey, where are you? And they say, oh, I'm, out and about. And he's like, what the heck are you doing? And again, he stresses the importance of staying at home, trying to prevent this outbreak. But again, the people, for whatever reason, they're not listening. They're not self-quarantining after the fact that they get tested.
It's very true. And Lalo, I have the book in English right now. You're welcome to the book in English. I will order the book in Spanish on Monday, but I have the book in English, and if you care for it now in English, I'll send it over to you, or I'll drop it off, or you can come pick it up tomorrow at church. Hola, Andrea. In Los Fresnos, actually, we had one individual out there that tested positive in Los Fresnos, who is a community. Again, no travel, no link to anybody else. Another positive in Carlos Elizondo for president, maybe of the board.
A BASD, maybe.
Hey, I want my shot for 6 months, and then you can take it after that. Guys, it's that again. All the numbers are concerning, but again, we're in a very difficult situation, guys. Because if anyone went out to Walmart today, if anyone went out to the HEB or to anywhere in the city of Brownsville, you started to see all the groupings of cars. Worse than anything was going to South Padre Island. So again, I understand the financials of it. I understand that's the way South Padre Island makes their money. I understand the Republican leadership in the state of Texas that they are wanting to pander to Papi Trump. I completely understand, guys. Completely understand. Is it going to come back and bite us in the butt in a second wave? Most definitely. I mean, we haven't even peaked yet. What Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx are constantly out there making mention of is that the bell. We haven't even reached the top of the bell yet. We haven't even started to go like that, folks. And all of a sudden, everyone's out in the open, really. And I sense the desperation from the mayor, and I actually sense the desperation from the county judge. I feel it. Again, guys, we're not going to be in a good spot in a couple of weeks.
Well, Erasmo, the county judge is not getting any help from the city at this point,
Oh, no, of course not.
We got the biggest department, which is the Brownsville Fire Department, lying on the Brownsville Herald, claiming that Fire Chief Jerry Sheldon has led the COVID-19 response. What a crock of crap that is.
What exactly has he done or not done?
He has done absolutely nothing. He had put those two guys, we talked about this a few weeks ago, were two guys, and it might be the same story that Juan Montoya put out. They got into a potential, COVID-19 patient, and those two paramedics were sent home without any help from the Brownsville Fire Department or the city commission. A local church had to pick them up and house them while they went through their quarantine, while the testing was being done. And later was found that they were not, or 2 days later, they were found supposedly that they were not infected or not carrying the virus. But yet again, the virus can stay dormant up to how many days?
14 days.
14 days.
So then later back on shift to go treat the most ill. And the Brownsville City Commission allowed that to happen. And now they're over here 6 weeks later saying in the Brownsville Herald, and it's a great picture. Miguel Roberts does great work, but it's not him. It's the idiot Brownsville Herald, that says that the Brownsville Fire Department leads COVID-19 response. That's a bunch of bullshit when they deny the actual patient who's requesting a 911 service who has a potential COVID infection, and they deny transport.
Well, again,
they're denying transport, really?
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Well, again, there's been a void of leadership in regards to the city commissioners out there. I mean, again, the only one I'm going to call out that has actually been at the forefront is the mayor of the city of Brownsville.
That's
but
right.
every other commissioner there has been. I mean, I felt wanting in a big way, and I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, very much so. I mean, really, very, very quiet in all respects. I know that during the first week, like 5 weeks ago, we heard we got a little comment from Commissioner Cowan, John Cowan, and then boom, disappeared. And after the second, third week, I got a call from Commissioner Mujia in regards to a different matter, but nothing in regards to this situation. And again, from the others, nothing. I mean, I know that Commissioner Golonsky's out there putting bags on Roman's door, which he doesn't appreciate. And not only that, but she's out there like doing the Craig Grove thing with, we got principals from BISD here.
What is that all about, Erasmo?
That was ridiculous.
Didn't BISD just spit in your freaking face, you freaking idiot? Didn't BISD just spit in your face? And you're out there, let me make a video with BISD. Are y'all nuts?
Who authorized?
Someone.
What does the law know about BISD?
Well, I'll say that we as the taxpayers paid for that because it was on our platform. Our people were out there recording it, and it was placed on our social media site, on the City of Brownsville social media site. But again, I'm sorry, guys. Prior to this whole Rona thing, I had very little against Commissioner Galansky. Very little in a personal sense. I have nothing. But come on, they just spit in your face as a commissioner because you were voted unanimously to end the school year, and they said, F you to the city of Brownsville. We're going to do what we want. And then now they're using their research to bring them on board and say, like, well, you see, everything's peachy keen at the district. It's not. It's not peachy keen. Not when they're having my people go back on campus, have no consideration, none whatsoever about their anxiety levels, about their stress levels, about nothing, about their children. And everything's fine. Let's make a video with them. That's just crazy. Am I just nuts here?
No, you're not. Erasmo, Carlos, you both sat on BISD board. You're actually, your ranking is great. I have a question. Do principals or BISD employees have to get permission from the superintendent to represent BISD in certain things like this? Or can they just willy-nilly just be on there?
No.
So somebody authorized it at BISD for them to be on there with Galansky.
I know that there has to be, actually, they usually want the
PIO.
The public information officer. They want them to be the ones that are giving out statements and doing things. Now, if a principal is going to go out there and do something in this kind of realm, I'm going to say that they're going to have to get authorization from the superintendent to do it. I mean, unless they're out there,
Huh? Was it those principals promoted there because of Atkinson? Maybe that's the authority they got, so they don't need the superintendent.
That's good. Good point. Good point.
Well, I will say this. Anyone out there that doesn't believe that Sylvia has her hands in the district and in the dealings of the district is dumb, or brainwashed by Sylvia.
Galansky too?
Yes.
I mean, come on.
But again, they're all in that little corrupto political little circle that they all hang out with. Again, guys, you can't make this stuff up, folks. Please. City of Brownsville, we need a little bit more representation in regards to what's going on. Now the city health director is out there imitating Frankie and who wore the mask best. Come on, guys. I mean, only crazy people wear masks while they're by themselves in a live type of forum setting. You don't have to copy Frankie. I mean,
if I can say something, I was really not happy with the fact that they were leaving stuff on people's doors in our neighborhood, and it was being done by Art and Nerth, right? And Art tells me, "Oh, well, the thing is, the sunlight kills the virus," and I'm just like, no, it doesn't. Like, there's actually been fact checks saying that the sunlight doesn't kill anything, and he tells me that at 9:30 at night. The president had just earlier, maybe at 5:30, said that sunlight could potentially kill the virus. He didn't really know this. He didn't know that the sunlight could potentially kill viruses. BS. The guy really is embarrassing himself by telling me.
Lysol, but are you gonna do that?
I don't know. I did not realize that Art was a freaking Trumper like that. I mean, I just didn't get it. But
the problem with Art is, man, look, guys. I mean, again, I don't not to blast Art out there, guys, but I'm going to. Not to blast him, but I'm going to. I mean, look, folks. The guy was transferred over from the dog pound to be the director of health and services for the city of Brownsville, health director. He just came from the dog pound. He was out there at the dog pound.
No. Actually, he was here in the city, and then he left to another city, and then came back. Didn't he come back when Rose came back into the city commission? Is that what happened with him?
He was at the dog pound. I know he was at the dog pound because I used to go out there for their events, and he was again. It's all right, cool, but how does that qualify him to be the director of the health department in the city of Brownsville?
Well, he's now a doctor.
El Perrero.
He has a doctorate somewhere.
I have a doctor's now. I went and bought it in Mexico. Now I want everyone to call me Dr. Erasmo. I went and I bought it in Mexico, but at least I'm out there telling you the truth. I went and bought mine. I mean, I didn't get it from Phoenix University like other prestigious individuals out there from Phoenix. My doctor's from Phoenix.
Wow.
But I at least tell you the truth. I can tell you the truth. I went and bought it in Mexico. Soy el Doctor Erasmo. And I've got the certificate to prove it. Prove it.
Yeah. Well, Art was the public health director, and he became what,
He's
a deputy
not a
city
doctor,
manager?
Roman. How is he a doctor?
He has a doctorate in like in nursing or something. I'm not kidding.
How can you have a doctorate in nursing? I've never seen his title out there, doctor. I've never seen.
No, that's what they're referring to him. That's what they're referring to him as Dr. Art.
No. Open record, Roman.
Hey, Dr. Gowan has one too, but she doesn't practice. She doesn't know anything about COVID-19 or how to help these individuals from her district.
Dr. Gowan's good on a bicycle.
The what?
Dr. Gowan's good on a bicycle. Y ni eso, marranita.
She's one of those peekaboo, like peekaboo doctors or something. What at the OBGYN?
She was the one that was out there saying publicly, "Oh, you have to pay $110 for the test." I said, "What?
Yeah,
you're going to charge the people of the city of Brownsville $110 for a test? They can't even put food on their table, woman. And just because you have millions of our dollars in your bank's accounts doesn't mean that my people, the citizens of this city, have $110 to throw on an exam. You were going to get no one tested. No one. Yeah. He identifies as a doctor. Dr. Love.
No, okay. Do you know what? You mentioned John Cowan. John Cowan was the only commissioner to vote against giving authority to the city manager to spend certain amounts of money during this pandemic. I think it's an embarrassment that he wanted to tie the hands of the city manager, even if the city manager, for me, in my book, is not a good city manager. If I were there, I would not be happy with him being a city manager. But to tie the city manager and city administration with more bureaucratic tape, to force them to go to the city commission to be able to approve certain spending during a pandemic, specifically in a health emergency, it's embarrassing. But we had a city commissioner; he was the only one who voted against it.
Hey, Ricardo, it's not just politicians, bro. And I think I've seen your pictures, my brother. You look more like a caveman than anybody else on here. I love you, Ricardo. But what Ricardo is saying is true. You know, guys, you can't make this stuff up. I'm seeing these politicians out there trying to do the Erasmo, Frankie, Carlos, and Roman thing. And I'm going like, God, come on, man. Hire us on. We'll help you, folks. Did anyone see? Pobrecito, guys. And whoever's running Eddie Lucio Jr.'s campaign should get fired. Fired. Again, listen, out there, I have friends in the Eddie Lucio camp. Guys, whoever you're paying to run his social media page and his PR should be fired. He came out in that BISD town hall. It was a disaster. He looked like pobrecito el vato. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Forgive me for saying this. But, like, he was losing it. And, I mean, losing it. Totally.
Do we have
off track.
Do you have a picture of it? You have a picture of what he looked like? Because I don't remember anymore.
But he came out with a recent one. I think it was yesterday or today. Guys, you're not doing that man any freaking favors. Whoever's running his campaign doing PR, you are not. It was like the other day, our mayor had a conversation with a reporter from Matamoros, you know, and I'm going like, well, let me see. Oh, man, it was horrible. And again, guys, when something is not your thing, don't do your thing. Let Erasmo do his thing. Let Frankie do their thing. Hire me. I finally got a hair. Oh, Eduardo, they could have come and cut my hair too since I was already there. Hey,
guys. I'm not cutting hair, dude. I'll do it for you.
No, it's okay. I think I'd rather have long hair. Love you, Ricardo. God bless. But, guys, Pobre Eddie, man. Again, whoever's running his campaign should be fired. Fired! It's probably Herman Powers. Herman Powers is too drunk with his other borracho Treviño, apestoso, and his other brother out there, all they do is drink ahí la cervecita. They go, I think I want to run for PSD, bro. I want to run against Carlos and Erasmo. And he actually believes he can stand a chance. Hi, Powers. Stapleton is going to take it. Let me tell you guys, I love Sarah. And Ricardo, since you're on there, have Sarah invite us on her little podcast too, bro. I mean, guys, get some advice from the experts, guys. Why is that so hard? City of Brownsville, do the same thing. I mean, Galansky's feed was horrible. The town hall was horrible. I went to Matamoros because it's cheap. I wanted to go to Matamoros too. I love Matamoros. Guys, again, we haven't, going back to the serious stuff, there's no bell curve here. No bell curve. We have yet to peak. Aurora Salinas Lea, I love their show. Thank you, Aurora. I love Lea. I love Josh too. Love y'all guys. Guys, as I said, we haven't yet we haven't peaked. There's no bell. I just.
You okay?
I just hit my.
You okay?
I just hit my foot with my keyboard. Damn you, BISD! Oye, me tiene con
power of the force.
Me tiene con un monito. Ya, me tiene con un monito, me está picando la pata. Ándale, Erasmo, ándale. Con que no me
It's almost
otra
May
cosa.
4th, you know, they do the force.
As long as she's not picking something else, I guess I'll be okay. But we haven't yet begun to peak. Ivana, yes, we need more screaming.
Yeah, there you
Guys,
go.
we have yet begun to go downwards. We haven't peaked yet, and there's no bell curve. And that's what Dr. Cerdan was talking about. And maybe we should get Dr. Cerdan on here this week, Frankie. Yeah. But Dr. Cerdan was talking about the plateau because it goes like this, and then it'll plateau, and then it does the bell curve. We got no plateau, bro. No plateau, bro.
We're not there yet.
No plateau, bro.
No.
Frankie, no plateau, bro. Roman, no plateau, bro.
No plateau, and that's something that again, Mayor Mendez had previously mentioned on the morning show a couple of days ago. We had advised him and talked about the graph that Cameron County had posted. We are over 400 positive cases for the county, and we have yet to see that either that dip or the streamline. And again, you know, we asked him, Mayor, when do you anticipate South Texas or Texas in general hitting that peak? And he said, you know what, I can't give you an answer because every day, you know, we're starting to see a trend in the steady rise in cases. So again, this is a day by day thing. I think the governor, jumped the gun, so to speak. Again, there's political reasons, economic reasons for opening up Texas. But again, with the pictures, guys, that we've seen at the island, with the number of positive results from Veranda, we are nowhere in the clear. So again, I feel, and this is my own opinion, that we're going to be in this mess for another month or two, and I would even dare say that we might even be in another shelter in place for another a couple of weeks, maybe even a month, because we have demonstrated that we are not practicing social distancing, you know, and the pictures at South Padre Island are there to prove it.
Well, let me tell you something, and I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to be out here, and I'm going to make a prediction, folks. In these next 2 weeks, we're going to see at least six to 10 deaths.
Wow!
In these next 2 weeks. Wow. 6 to 10 deaths. That's my prediction. And we'll talk about it in 2 weeks, guys. But in 2 weeks, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to predict that in these next 2 weeks, we're going to see 6 to 10 deaths because if what the post from an individual that was working at Valley Regional, if that post is anywhere close that in regards to the individuals that are starting to come into the hospitals, it's going to be concerning, folks. I mean, and I mentioned it this morning. I woke up yesterday, or was it this morning? I can't remember. My days are so cluttered up. But no, it was yesterday. Yesterday morning, guys, I woke up to the fact that one of our elders from our church passed away from the Rona. And I mean, if you want to have the haircut at $6 a month, I can give you my barber's Facebook. You can go in his place and request him to go. Thank you, Eduardo. We'll talk tomorrow. Yeah, send me the information. I mean, he passed away. He was on a ventilator, and they expected him to live a little bit longer, and nothing. All of a sudden, in the middle of the night, he falls off his bed, and literally falls off his bed while on the ventilator, guys. And he didn't make it. His wife, another elderly individual, is they just broke it to her yesterday that her husband had passed away, also in ICU with the Rona. Guys, I'm sorry. And again, we talked about it yesterday or this morning and yesterday. We talked about it with Mayor Mendez. Guys, this is going to be like cancer. It's going to get to the point where everyone out there is going to know someone directly who is affected by it. It's going to be the scourge of the earth. And like someone asked me today, I think one of the students from STEL, they're doing a project and they're asking questions, and they sent me a question to ask. And again, people with questions to ask, I responded. I did not know there were students from STEL, but I still responded. And the question was concerning, do you know anyone that is COVID-19 positive? And I said, yes, they live like 3-4 blocks from where I'm at. And again, it's concerning. It's concerning. And again, we're going to start seeing a lot more of that. Am I right? Yeah. You know what I'm going to be seeing tomorrow morning, though? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be seeing barbacoa from Big E's Smokehouse. Because let me tell you, Sunday is not Sunday morning without some the best tasting smoked barbacoa in Brownsville from Big E's Smokehouse on Perez. Guys, if you have not tried it, go out there and try it, and then come back and tell me if I'm completely nuts. Or you can still tell me that I'm nuts, but you're probably going to love it. Thank you, Big E's. I love Big E's. Accent took care of her girls by protecting them and promoting them to their current job. Principal Oliveira, principal at Porter, principal at Cummings, alternative administrator, now central office, Zárate. She promotes the principals at Burns who got in trouble with money issues. These women are front and center term for a campaign. The Burns principal is no longer there. Let me tell you, there's some things I cannot say about the Burns principal, guys, because the information was talked about in executive session. But I'll tell you one thing. If you know me, I was yelling when that thing came out. Yelling. I was yelling. And anyone that was outside the executive at the boardroom, they knew something was up because I was yelling. What they did, what Drew did, what Prisi did, what Sylvia did, what Minerva did is horrible, deplorable. And I'm going to consult with my attorney this week and the next week if I could actually go out there and say what happened in regards to the Burns principle. But Minerva, Drew, Prisi, and Sylvia, Prisi, Drew, Minerva, and Sylvia should be ashamed of themselves what they did to our students out at that campus, to the parents out of that campus. Because I know a great percentage of those people that go to that school are from Cameron Park. They don't have money, folks. They don't have money. What Prisi, Drew, and Sylvia did is despicable.
Just a quick recap. There was money missing from either a fundraiser or something to do with the kids. Is that correct? At Burns Elementary?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
I'll smile.
Okay, perfect. No, just want to let our viewers know exactly what we're talking about in regards to the principal at Burns, which is no longer there because of a discrepancy in monies missing from either children's fundraiser or children's selling candies. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Erasmo, smile if don't smile if I'm wrong, but there was in the couple thousands, if I'm not mistaken, taken couple thousand. So
40,000.
Your recipe with the blue adjective button.
No. These people don't steal thousands, Frankie. They don't steal thousands. They steal tens of thousands.
Wow.
Tens of thousands. Well, unless you're Sylvia Atkinson, then you steal hundreds of thousands and hundreds of thousands. But no, sir. Again, I'm going to check this week to see how much information I can put out there, and I'm going to do a research in regards to what's already come out in the newspaper, because there were a couple of articles in the newspaper, and all you have to do is put them together. But what Minerva, Brisi, Drew, and Sylvia, what they did to our students and our children from Cameron Park and from the district, the area around Burns Elementary, is despicable, and it's horrible. If you ask me why I despise them so much, it's not because of what they've done to me, because they filed four or five false police reports against me. They had Baltasar Salazar do one to Homeland Security or some crap. I don't care. Done nothing that they've said, nothing wrong. That's why I'm not out there hiding. I'm going to face whatever the stupid charges they throw my way. I didn't care at all. What they did to our students, to the poorest of the poor, and they don't care. They did it to our teachers, to our custodians. They did it to our clerical staff. They don't care. Sylvia Atkinson voted against the District of Innovation, which allowed every STAR and early closure of school. The District of Innovation was helped with this. She was trying to run the district under Dr. Z, meeting privately with cabinet members to make sure her agenda items were moved forward. Yes, that one I can say 100%. No doubt. And I don't care. 100%.
Is that Burns principal still an employee of the district, Erasmo?
I'll smile.
She is in some other capacity, if I'm not mistaken. So again, no charges were brought. I believe Juan Montoya did publish an article in regards to an investigation going around, but as of yet, there has been no charges filed, and the best of my knowledge, there have been no conclusion of the investigation. If a report was given to the board or to the BISD police, but that, in my opinion, was thrown under the rug.
No. They were out there. Erasmo's taking pictures, and students are coming out. That's what people were concerned about. That's what Roman's friends were concerned about. That's what they were concerned about, Frankie. Pictures that were posted publicly, nothing hidden, everything publicly. No, they were concerned with Erasmo's taking pictures. And all that time they were focusing on Erasmo taking pictures and Erasmo this. These people were stealing our kids' money. And to this day, even after Sylvia Atkinson was proven to have taken money from an undercover federal agent, still, Roman's friends out there. Oh, well, no, the district's doing great. Everything's hunky-dory. Erasmo's bad. It's stupid, man. Stupid. Sylvia Atkins got elected. She met with Sauceda, Berta Peña, Mary Zate, and Drew Brown on numerous times. There's pictures, guys. Yes, there's pictures of that. 100%. Drew still meets with Zarate, and Zarate gets promoted.
Damn it.
And she, I'm sorry, guys. The only way to make it in BISD, to get your promotions and to not get in trouble and to have tens of thousands of dollar cases swept under the rug is if you were a Sylviaite, like Minerva, like Prissy, and like Drew. Are you kidding me? She still works for BISD. I told you guys it's all corrupt. Yes, it is corrupt. That's why we have to make desperate change come November. Desperate change come November. It's in your hands, guys. And Stapleton is going to take it. I don't know if any other new comments coming up in the feeds, but guys, the stuff that happens, God knows, the stuff that these people have done, guys, they've done to the poorest of the poor. Someone should compile a list of their relatives and audit all of their bank finances, including Mexicans' accounts. Maybe they'll all be missing funds. Let me tell you guys, what what they have done to the children of Brownsville, to the personnel at BISD, is deplorable. It's horrible. I know, but you still got people out there. Oh, Minerva's a great person. Minerva's a freaking idiot. the stupidest.
Oh my
individual
God, he's gonna do it.
I've ever met.
He said
the
it.
Stupidest person I've ever met in my life. Thank you, Justin. Love you, man. And I know you give me some other those other people their votes. The stupidest person is Minerva. Stupidest. I don't know how in the heck some people in Brownsville still vote for that woman. The stupidest person, Minerva. Stupidest. I don't care.
Phrase the pace.
Brought in consultant Sharon Wells with just 4 weeks on the job. Wells is a math consultant. Math is not priority because the districts has top math scores. Even performing many top districts in Valley, she will cost districts significant money without need. He should have saved. I'm going to say something in regards to this comment right here. Guys, I'm going to say this before you take it down, Frankie. Guys, remember this comment. I'm just going to say this. Remember this comment here. Remember this comment this summer. There's a surprise coming. Remember this comment. And I will share more information this summer, folks. But please remember this comment right here. Thanks, Frankie. Sorry.
Which one?
This one. Juan Gutierrez brought in consultant Sharon Wells with just 4 weeks on the job.
I'm ready. What are you gonna say?
This one. Remember this comment, folks. In July. In July, I'm going to say. Now you know why I was telling you to remember that comment. Minerva das pena. She's an idiot.
What's in July?
Was her? We got her in June 8th. We've got her Sylvia's selection of jury duty. School have to reproduce documents for Sharon Wells, spending lots of money. Guys, remember these comments. Remember these comments in July, guys. It's gonna be good. I promise you, it's going to be good. If anyone thinks, okay, I spent my year on the BISD board sitting on my butt and just out there taking pictures and waving, no. I was bringing out as much information as I could in order to take over to federal agents and let them know what's going on. And I'm proud of my service to the community, 100%. 100%. And God is always sitting on the throne. God is always in control. God knows why he does things the way he does them, 100%. And everything that happened happens for a reason. So I appreciate my people. No, I can't tell you now, Gisela. It's going to be a surprise. But have I been wrong so far? Anyone? Have I been wrong so far, folks? Trust me. It's going to be a good summer for the city of Brownsville, guys. Marcos, because, what did I miss? Just got on. Well, you have a chance to see the whole show all over again on YouTube and on Frankie's page. And it's tagged on my pages. I can't comment on my pages anymore because I'm still in Facebook jail, guys. But that's okay, too. We roll with the punches.
Who is Sharon Wells? Are you able to tell us at least who she is?
No.
No. Okay.
Not yet. Stay tuned.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. But it's coming. It's coming. Cafeteria employees do not have a dog in the fight at VA because the food service is federal self-sufficient. District does not pay cafeteria employees through local tax dollars. Their monies are from federal grants, 100%. 100% federal monies. And actually, we learned at the attrition meeting that some of the custodians out there are being paid. Some of the cafeteria custodians are being paid through federal funds as well. Again, there's money at BISD, folks. Well, there's money except for $20 million. They had a little meeting amongst themselves, a lot of the administrators out there, and they're in the hole. They're missing $20 million. Sylvia, what happened to our $20 million, Sylvia? Sylvia! Did your sister out at federal funds have something to do with it?
Oh.
Or maybe your sister at athletics had something to do with it? Maybe.
Damn.
Sylvia! Where's the 20 million, Sylvia?
Hey, I'm gonna
When are we
reach
gonna
out to her
find
and see if she wants to come on Brownsville Talk.
Who?
Oh no.
Sylvia Atkinson.
Oh, I'm sure she will. No, I have the $20 million. Is that going to come up there in the budget meetings at least that is coming up this summer?
Yeah, it's going to be talked about in the during the summer. They have to. I mean, they've and the reason that they told the employees again, look, guys, this is very very simple. And I told the individuals that told me from the meeting, I'll tell you exactly what they're doing. They're putting the fear of God into people by saying attrition, by saying pues, by saying
Charlie.
yes, Charlie. We got stories on Charlie, guys. By saying attrition, by saying, voluntary, come on, and then by letting them know, hey, Sharon Wells Math, a math resource that teachers are forced to use even though it's not part of the curriculum. Yes, Rita is correct, guys. And they use we're missing $20 million because they're preparing the road to say, we told you guys that we were going to have to get rid of some teachers, that we were supposed to get rid of, had to get rid of some staff. We told you. Nothing hidden. It's coming, guys. 100% it's coming. Anything else that we need to talk about tonight, Frankie?
Just one last comment very quickly, and then we can give our closing. Again, shouts out to our friend Juan Garcia, who's keeping us honest. Juan Garcia,
Juan Garcia?
District needs to analyze all decisions they are not. Sharon Wells is a good $500,000 baby. Food service folk should not be included for the next year. Finish gym and go back to the voters in November and change TRE monies for 3 years to help pay counselors until crisis is over. End contract with architect at the end of the year. 100,000 plus. Do not replace principal at pace. Send a deputy to do the job.
Sounds like an amazing platform to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great little platform to me, guys. But let me tell you, one of the things that I've said, and I'll say it again, we were top heavy with, and again, nothing against her. Dr. Haddon did what she could. We were top heavy when Dr. Haddon was here. We are definitely mega top heavy now with this superintendent from Edinburgh and his buddies. Who have no concept or clue of our culture, of our people, of what's going on in the city of Brownsville. They can't. They're not from here. Roman, any final words?
No, I think we covered what I think is important and needs to be covered today. So it's great to be here again. Carlos, it was great seeing you. Hopefully we'll see each other soon in person.
Thank you.
Sounds like a date to me, guys. Yee! Frankie, any last words?
Good evening, guys. Thank you for following. Again, we had 11 new positive cases for Cameron County. We are at 421 with 18 deaths, 25 deaths in the Rio Grande Valley. The highlight tonight of these positive tests were that 5 or 6 of them were in their 80s, most likely from obviously from Harlingen, most likely from the nursing homes that have been heavily affected by this virus. Again, we're seeing people, flock out to the beaches. I went out to change my tire this afternoon, and traffic is, back to normal, business as usual, which is scary. I anticipate seeing the second wave as Dr. Hernandez, Dr. Sardan, and Dr. Zamir have told us that there's a possibility of this coming again. So again, us not taking every precaution necessary is gonna force us back into this hole. The question, guys, is gonna be, would the county judge declare an emergency declaration again and put us back in shelter in place? I truly hope so, but we have to wait and see.
Carlos, any last words?
Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more emphasis, and I go back to what I know. The picture in the Brownsville Herald is just a face to all citizens of the city of Brownsville, showing the fire chief and his top brass, with masks, saying that they're the leaders of this. They should actually go and sit down with the county judge, not the mayor. I'm sure they're scared of the mayor because the mayor's been out there doing their thing, and these guys have been falling behind. But to go out there and making sure that there is a true response, because the first responders, the praise has to go to the first responders, not to the fire administration. That means just keep on staying home. I did talk to someone today who has a family member who's a doctor in Mexico. They are sharing one ventilator for the whole, Matamoros. And then there's another one that's being lent out to them by the Navy. So just look at, we are blessed to be in the United States. Stay home, keep your family safe, and keep the nurses and doctors as safe as possible too by staying home, taking care of yourself. Thanks, guys.
Guys, have a great rest of the day, rest of the evening. Guys, please do your best not to be out and about. I mean, we saw some videos of people out there at Adolio's. Again, I love Adolio's, but they're out there dancing and all this stuff. Guys, it's not over, guys. And I'm not picking on Adolio's. I love Adolio's. It's just it's not the place's fault. It's the people's fault. Guys, stop doing stuff like that, guys. We're not over it yet. Just because the stupid superintendent is out there, acting like everything's a-okay, and the governor's out there giving mandates, not having an idea or a clue of what's going on in the city of Brownsville, doesn't mean that we have to act irresponsibly, guys. I mean, God almighty, man, the big old line to go to South Padre Island, you'd think it was spring break. I mean, who's out there? Is the West Khalifa or what? Guys, I mean, the only way that we're going to survive this or have less casualties from this is if we start acting responsibly amongst ourselves, guys. It's up to us. Our local elected officials have failed us. Ni modo, guys. It's your fault. It's your fault. And it's our fault. The voters' fault. It is. They have failed us. Don't give them the opportunity to fail us again. Do not give them the opportunity to fail us for another 4 years, for those that are up in November or those that are up next March and April, guys. Do not let them hurt us again. The power is in you. And I appreciate my man, Justin. I appreciate Eduardo. Thank you so much for letting me be your adopter. God bless you. And I'll get those books out there for you. Stay safe, folks. Please stay safe. And tomorrow we'll be at church, 10 a.m. in the morning. If anyone wants to come over, hear me preach, come on down. Love y'all. God bless.
Thanks, guys.